All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time, we're going to be looking at how AI is really shaking things up when it comes to coding. Now, I know coding may not seem as exciting as, say, a self-driving car or a robot chef, but trust me on this one.
Yeah.
The stuff we're about to uncover is seriously cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting,
especially if you're curious about the future.
If you think about how things are going to work in the future.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter if you're a coding pro or just starting out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the first things that really jumped out at me from this AI school material was this idea that AI isn't about replacing us coders. You know, it's more like it's giving us this superpower boost, almost like becoming Iron Man, but for writing code.
It's true.
Like, remember those days when you were just banging your head against the wall, writing the same lines of code over and over and over again?
Well, boilerplate code.
The dreaded boilerplate code.
Yeah.
It's like AI swoops in and takes care of all that tedious, repetitive stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost like having this super efficient assistant who just knows exactly what to do and just gets it done. So you can focus on the more interesting and creative parts of coding. The parts that actually require, you know, a human brain.
The problem solving.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's just the tip of the iceberg, right?
It's just the beginning,
Because AI can also be a lifesaver when it comes to...
like syntax.
You know, all those really specific rules that each programming language has. It's like having a grammar expert, you know, just looking over your shoulder, making sure you don't make any silly mistakes.
Right.
Now, this is where things start to get even more interesting.
Okay.
When we look at how AI in coding has evolved, AI School explains how we've gone from those early kind of clunky rule-based systems to these
super sophisticated
neural networks. Neural networks.
It sounds intimidating.
It sounds a little intimidating, doesn't it?
It does, but the concept is actually pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Imagine you're trying to teach a computer to recognize what a hot dog is.
All right, I'm with you.
You feed it tons of pictures.
Okay.
Some labeled hot dog, some labeled not a hot dog.
Yeah.
And the computer starts to
see.
To pick up on the patterns.
Okay.
The shape, the color, the bun.
The bun, yeah.
That's machine learning in action.
So it's like learning by example.
Exactly. And neural networks take this to the next level by creating complex layers of these interconnected nodes, like a digital brain.
So it's like building a brain for the computer.
Kind of. Which allows them to handle much more complex tasks.
Like generating code, for example.
Exactly like that.
So instead of just giving AI, you know, very specific instructions, we're now actually teaching it to
learn.
To learn and think for itself.
And adapt.
Yeah. To figure things out based on the information that we're feeding it.
Precisely.
That's amazing.
It's this learning and adapting ability that makes AI so powerful for coding.
And this leads us to a really crucial aspect of working with AI, right?
Yes.
And that is...
the art of prompting.
Prompting. So is that like giving it the right keywords to work with?
It's a little more than just keywords.
Okay.
Think of it like asking someone for travel advice.
Okay.
If you just say, hey, any tips for visiting Paris?
Right.
You'll probably get some pretty generic suggestions.
Yeah, just the Eiffel Tower. And...
yeah, exactly. But if you say, I'm looking for romantic, off-the-beaten-path activities in Paris for a couple celebrating their anniversary, you're going to get much more specific and helpful recommendations.
So it's about being...
really clear.
Crystal clear.
Detailed with your instruction.
And get the best results.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Crafting effective prompts is like learning to speak AI's language.
I like that.
And we actually have a whole section called Prompt School dedicated to this.
Oh, wow.
Packed with resources to help you level up your prompting game.
I bet that's super useful.
It is. You can find it at patreon.com/.
We'll definitely have to check that out.
It's a game changer for anyone who wants to really use the power of AI.
Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's bring it back down to earth a little bit.
All right.
Can AI really help us build, you know, full-blown applications?
Yeah.
Or is it just good for those small tasks?
It can definitely help build full-fledged applications.
Wow. Okay.
Let's say you want to create a simple tic-tac-toe game.
Okay, classic.
You would start by defining your software requirements.
All right.
How many players? What are the rules? How should it look? All of that.
Got it.
Then, using AI tools like ChatGPT, you can actually generate the code for the game.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me I could just say, hey, AI, build me a tic-tac-toe game.
Pretty much.
And it would just like spit out the code for me?
Well, you'll need to refine those prompts and guide the AI along the way.
Okay, so there's still some human involvement.
Of course.
But it sounds like it could speed things up considerably.
It drastically speeds up the development process.
Wow.
It's like having a partner who understands exactly what you're trying to achieve and can translate those ideas into working code.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
But doesn't that kind of make like human coders obsolete?
That's a great question.
Like, why do we need humans if AI can just write all the code for us?
It highlights a really important point. AI is a tool.
Okay.
A powerful tool, yes, but still a tool.
It needs direction.
It requires human guidance.
Right.
Think of it like this. AI can build the structure, suggest solutions, even spot errors.
Gotcha.
But it's the human who sets the vision, ensures the quality, and makes those creative decisions.
So the human is still the architect.
Exactly.
The AI is like the construction crew.
AI handles the heavy lifting.
I like that. Giving us more time to think bigger and bolder.
Right, to focus on those higher level tasks.
So more of a
collaboration.
A collaboration between humans and AI.
Yeah.
We're not being replaced.
We're being empowered.
We're being empowered.
Exactly.
That's a much better way to look at it.
And it's not just limited to code generation. We have AI tools that can create incredible images from text prompts, help with financial modeling, even compose music.
Wait, AI writing symphonies.
Yeah.
Now that's just showing off.
Right.
But it really shows you how AI is impacting practically every field imaginable.
Absolutely.
Not just for us techies anymore, right?
Right. And as these tools become more accessible, the possibilities are just endless.
It's like we're just scratching the surface.
It's like exploring uncharted territory.
Full of potential.
Yeah.
And who knows what else we'll discover.
Absolutely.
Speaking of uncharted territory, that's where we're going to leave you hanging for now. We'll be back in part 2 of this deep dive, where we're going to explore even more about this whole prompting thing.
Yes.
And how to really unlock the power of AI for yourself.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss part 2.
Yeah, and leave a comment down below and let us know.
What you want to hear about.
What you want to hear about.
What you're interested in.
Exactly.
What questions you have.
Yes.
We'll see you in part 2.
See you then. Welcome back, everyone.
I am ready to dive deeper into this world of AI and coding.
Great. In this part, let's zero in on the how-to.
Okay.
Specifically, mastering the art of prompting, which, as we've mentioned, is really crucial for making AI-assisted coding actually work.
Right, because we keep saying prompting.
Right.
But how do you actually get good at it?
Right.
What's the secret sauce?
Well, I think the key thing to remember is that prompting is this ongoing conversation with the AI, not just like a one-time thing. It's this back and forth of refining your prompts and getting closer and closer to what you want with every interaction.
So it's not like giving a command, it's more like having this dialogue.
Exactly.
Back and forth.
Like a dance.
Okay.
Where you're guiding the AI towards creating what you envision.
I like that, the dance analogy.
Yeah.
So it's all about clear communication, really.
Absolutely.
It's like with any good partnership.
The more specific and detailed your prompts are, the better the AI is going to understand what you're trying to do.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But what about those times when we're not even sure what we want?
Okay.
Like, maybe you've got a vague idea for an app, but you haven't really thought it all the way through.
Yeah.
What then?
Even then, AI can be really surprisingly helpful.
Okay.
AI School actually talks about how AI can break down these big, complex problems into smaller, manageable steps.
Got it.
So let's say you're thinking about making an app for, I don't know, cat lovers.
Cat lover. All right, I'm listening.
Okay, so a good starting prompt might be, outline a business plan for a company that makes custom clothing for cats.
Cat clothing.
Yeah.
Now that's an app I could get behind.
See, AI is already sparking the creative ideas here.
That's great.
From that prompt, AI can give you a basic outline. Market analysis, product description, marketing strategy, even financial projections.
Wow, so even if you're starting with, like, a super fuzzy concept, the AI can help you, like, build a framework.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then as you're looking at each section, you can refine your prompts to dig deeper.
Okay.
So you could ask, identify key competitors in the cat fashion market. Or brainstorm 5 creative marketing ideas for a cat clothing line.
I love it.
Each prompt just takes you a step closer.
Yeah, closer and closer.
Do a concrete plan.
So it's like having this AI brainstorming partner.
Totally.
Helping you explore all the different directions.
It really is.
That's awesome. And that's exactly why mastering prompting is so valuable.
Because it just opens up all these possibilities.
It unlocks the potential.
Across the board, whether you're coding, writing, making music, anything.
Now, all this prompting talk makes me think about, like, the actual nitty-gritty of coding.
Right.
How can AI help with things like, debugging, testing, all that technical stuff?
Yeah, well, there are AI tools now that can analyze code, identify errors, and even suggest fixes.
Wow.
It's like having another set of eyes.
So that's like...
But eyes that never get tired and can spot those really sneaky bugs.
Yeah, like a super debugger.
Yeah, even seasoned programmers might miss those.
Okay.
And AI can even help with something called code refactoring.
Okay, what's that?
So it's basically cleaning up your code, making it more efficient.
Got it.
It's like having Marie Kondo come in and tidy up your code base.
Ooh, I like that.
Boy.
But AI can make our code better and keep it organized.
Exactly. AI School really emphasizes this. It frees up human coders to focus on the big picture stuff.
The creative stuff.
Yeah, the creativity, the innovation, the problem solving.
Okay, I'm really seeing how AI can be this game changer for coding.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away, what about all the other AI tools besides ChatGPT?
Right.
Like, what else is out there?
It's a whole world, and it's constantly evolving.
Wow.
So you've got tools like Tabnine, which is great for code completion.
Okay.
It's like it suggests the next bit of code as you're typing.
Oh, that's handy.
Right. And then there's SourceGraph Cody, which is like a search engine for code.
A search engine for code. Okay.
So if you've got a massive code base, you can quickly find exactly what you need.
Oh, that would save so much time.
Exactly. And let's not forget DeepMind's Alpha Code, which can actually solve really complex programming challenges.
Wow. So it's like there's an AI tool for every stage of the coding process.
Pretty much. It's this whole universe of AI coding tools.
How do we even choose the right one?
It depends what you're trying to do, what your goals are. Some tools are better for certain programming languages. Some are great for debugging. Some are better for brainstorming ideas.
Got it.
AI School does a good job of breaking it all down.
Okay, so it's like having a specialized toolbox. And we need to know which tool to grab for each specific task.
And that's where exploration comes in.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to try things out, experiment.
Yeah, just play around.
See what works best for you. And remember, there's always something new to learn.
That's true.
With AI.
All this AI and coding talk is so exciting.
It is.
But I have to admit, it's also a little overwhelming.
Right.
Where should someone even begin?
It's understandable to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But the best advice is to start small.
Okay.
Pick one tool, a simple project, and really focus on those prompting skills.
Okay, so baby steps.
Baby steps. You can find some great starting points in our Prompt School resources.
On Patreon.
On Patreon, that's right. Patreon.com/McAllister, and you'll be on your way.
So before we go on to, crawl towards our AI coding dreams.
Yes.
Do you have any, final words of wisdom?
Remember, AI is a tool, not a replacement.
Oh.
Embrace it, learn to talk to it, and use it to boost your own skills and creativity.
Love it.
The future is collaborative.
Yeah.
With AI as our partner, we can do amazing things.
Humans and AI building the future together.
That's it.
But before we get too philosophical, we've got one more part to this episode.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with some practical tips and resources to help you really get started on your own AI coding journey.
Awesome.
While you're waiting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments.
What AI coding tools?
What AI coding tools you're excited to try out.
Yes.
And if you appreciate the work that we do here, you can buy us a coffee on buymecoffee.com/Jamie McAllister.
Yes. Your support helps us keep the AI running.
We'll catch you in part 3. All right, welcome back for the final part of our AI and coding deep dive.
We're here to give you those resources you need to actually get started on your own AI coding journey.
Awesome. So we've talked about how AI is changing the coding game, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about how important prompting is.
Right.
And we've even explored all these incredible AI tools that are out there.
That's a lot to take in.
It is. But now it's time to get practical.
Yes, the how-to.
How do we actually get started?
Well, the good news is there are so many amazing resources out there.
Okay.
And many of them are totally free.
Even better.
One of my personal favorites is code.org.
Code.org. I've heard of that.
Yeah, have you?
I think so. They're known for making coding accessible to kids, right?
That's right. But honestly, their resources are great for learners of all ages.
Okay, cool.
They have really good material on AI concepts, like what it is and how it works.
Yeah, the basics.
Yeah, but also the ethical stuff, like what we should be thinking about as we use these tools.
Right.
And of course, how to actually get started with different AI tools.
So if you're brand new to all this,
Code.org is a great place to start.
Perfect. Now, what if you're ready to, level up a little bit?
Okay, if you're up for a challenge, I highly recommend checking out Kaggle.
Kaggle? What's that?
It's this platform where data scientists and machine learning enthusiasts from all over the world, they come together to collaborate, compete, solve real world problems.
Kaggle, that sounds intense.
It can be,
right.
But it's also incredibly rewarding,
Yeah.
You can learn from the best, participate in competitions, even win prizes.
Nice. So we've got code.org for beginners, Kaggle for the pros.
Right.
What about something in the middle?
Okay, for that sweet spot, I would say explore platforms like edX and Coursera.
Oh, yeah, those online learning platforms.
Yes. They offer tons of different courses from top universities and companies covering everything from machine learning basics to like super advanced stuff, deep learning, natural language processing, all of that.
I love those online courses you can learn at your own pace, on your own schedule.
Exactly.
They're great.
And a lot of them offer specialized certifications too.
Oh, that's a good point. That could be really valuable.
Yeah, showing potential employers, hey, I know this stuff.
So we've got options for every skill level.
We do.
But what about resources specifically for those all-important prompting skills?
Well, you already mentioned Prompt School.
Yes.
We're always adding new tutorials, examples, and we even have a community forum where you can connect with other prompters, share tips, get feedback.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's a great resource, and you can find it on our Patreon page at patreon.com/JimPallett-McAllister.
Definitely check that out, folks. It's worth it.
Beyond that, just playing around with different AI tools, seeing what you can create is a great way to practice.
Just experimenting.
Yeah. Trying different wording, different levels of detail, seeing what works.
So it's like trial and error.
It is. A lot like learning a new language.
Okay.
You have to immerse yourself.
Make mistakes.
Have fun with it.
I like that. And, one of the best ways to practice is to work on a project you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
Whether it's building a game, creating an app, writing a poem, whatever it is.
Right.
That personal connection is going to make the learning process so much more enjoyable.
Way more fun. And AI School really emphasizes that this world is constantly evolving.
It's true.
New tools and techniques are always coming out, so stay curious.
Keep learning.
Exactly. Never stop exploring.
Great advice. I think we've given our listeners a fantastic foundation for their AI coding journey.
I hope so.
Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Just this. Don't be afraid to jump in and get your hands dirty.
Yeah, get in there.
The best way to learn is by doing.
So true.
So pick a tool, pick a project, and start experimenting.
You might be surprised at what you can create.
Exactly.
Embrace the power of AI.
Unleash your creativity.
And let's build the future together. All right, folks, that's a wrap on our AI and coding deep dive.
It's been fun.
It has. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And be sure to leave a comment below.
Let us know what you're working on, what you're excited about,
what questions you have.
And if you appreciate the work we do here, you can buy us a coffee at buymecoffee.com/Jamie McAllister.
That helps keep the lights on.
And the AI running. Until next time, happy coding.